not exactly the best looking day, but it is probably going to be an okay day for fishing. Overcast, water's 56 degrees. Probably going to end up fishing a lot of the shoreline over there and maybe a little bit of this break wall over here. We're in Cleveland Harbor, by the way. Lake Erie is just a little bit too bumpy out there. 12 blowing 18 out of the northeast, so it's a little bit much for me. Seen some marks down there on the bottom. The catfish are starting to spawn, so that's going to play into it. They're not my target species. I don't want to catch any catfish today. Just after walleye, maybe some perch, I don't know, some smallmouth, stuff like that. We're going to start off, I think, with the smallmouth, just fishing over with the trolling motor up against some shore, lots of structure, stuff like that. So thanks for joining me. Here we go. There's a spot over here I've been wanting to try for largemouth and smallmouth, so we're going to give it a run here. See if anything wants to bite the lure. All right, we're recording. I got all the cameras going here. Do need to wear my life jacket. Need to be safe out here, even though it's going to get in the way a little bit, but it's all good. There we are. That's not too bad. All right. So let's get our Garmin controller. I'm going to close this, maybe cut back a little bit on the wind. Not much though. 17 feet of water. Got some marks down there. All right, let's see what happens. So we're going to be using our St. Croix Bass X again with a Daiwa Tatula, which I like a lot. And we're just going to be using a regular old Ned rig here. One that's got a couple of miles on it, as you can see. I'm not going to put any sauce on it just yet. We'll stand on the bow here. Maybe see if we can get something to play. Let's give it a couple off the back here towards that way. And if nothing hits, then I will switch it up. All right, what we're gonna do is fold out the old platform here. Kind of wanna have a little bit of a standing platform. There we go, nice. All right. Oops, didn't want to do that. There we go. Telling you, this spot just looks too good to not be holding fish. There we go, fish on, gotcha. All right, here we are. What do we have? Could be a drum, could be a smallmouth, although it feels like it's a drum with the way he's not surfacing, but we're about to find out. I think this is yep, that's a nice drum. That's okay. Fish is a fish. Oh, these things are huge. And they sure can fight. They are fighters till the end. It's a big fish. Okay. What we're gonna do is get them with the grippers so I can bring them on board, show you what we got, and then let him go. Nice big drum here. Oh, he's peeing all over my boat. There we are. That's disgusting. Peed on everything. Great. All right, let's bail. Okay, fired up. Let's move. All right, we got a lot of life down there, so I think I'm going to drop a few jigs down right here, see what happens. See if we can move over some fish here. There we are, fish on. Got you something. Yep, fish on. All right, what do we got? What do we have? Is it a walleye? Oh my God, it's a drum. Of course it's a drum. Always a drum. Always a drum. Ugh. That's all right. Still a fish, and I hooked him straight through the eyeballs. There we go. There we go. Fish on. Fish on. What do we got? All right, we got us a fish on. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a walleye. Nice. Got us a nice little walleye. There we go. There we go. Nice. That is what I was after. All right, let's see what we got here. Look at this guy. There we are. Nice. Yeah, good looking fish. There we are. Do I want to keep him? He's got his little fin there. There he is. I think we'll, we'll hold on to him. Okay. There we are. Turn on our aerator for a few minutes here. Always fun undoing this mess. All right, let's keep on fishing. Seeing some life down there. So what I'm doing is letting the vertical jig, it's a Cabela's Mean Eye. It's one of my favorites to use, these Cabela's Mean Eye blades, because they're cheap and they are effective and they put out a lot of vibrations. So what I'm doing is letting it bounce off the sand, giving it a quick jerk, and then letting it sit for a second. So what we're kind of doing is just moving around a little bit, keeping moving, not just settling in one space. I'm not going to give up on this spot, not yet at least. Not too bad conditions either. I mean, it's a little bit, it's windy. The wind shifted big time out of the west. It's okay. Water temperature is 56 degrees. We're in 24 feet of water. Just hooked up with a walleye. Had another fish on a second ago who let go. So we're gonna keep on trying here and see what happens. I don't know, it might be worthwhile to troll for a few minutes here. See if we can, something down in the 20-foot range might suffice. Oh, there's a mother load. There we go. Fish on. We got ourselves possible walleye. Oh, this feels like a drum. This feels very drummy. Feels very, very drummy. Oh, it's a big walleye. Oh, holy moly, look at this beauty. Oh yeah, buddy. Whew, look at this. Nice, nice fish. And he inhaled it. Look at that. Oh, wow. He's got it buried. Easy, fella. Let's see if we can get this out without destroying him too much. Huh. Hooked him in the gill plate. There we go. Look at this. There we are. Nice walleye. Beauty. I think we're going to let you go because I just don't need more than one. Let's see. We'll let you go. Let you go, right? Bye-bye. Awesome. There we go. A lot of midges out here, these little tiny bugs. Lake Erie just had a hatch. They're everywhere. Luckily they don't bite, they're just kind of a nuisance. So, all right, got my coffee here. Let's fillet a walleye. That is a nice fish. So I'm gonna fillet them up and we are going to make ourselves a walleye sandwich. All right, we'll get our fish nice and cleaned up here, get all the slime off of them. There we go. So I'm going to use a Bubba electric fillet knife. I love this thing a lot. It is really a nice piece of equipment. Some people like to complain about using electric, and that's fine. I mean, I have my handy Rapala blade here, which we'll be using as well to clean up, but yeah. So we're gonna use this Bubba electric fillet knife. This thing just saws right through fish. What we'll do is we're gonna go straight through, all the way in, and then all the way down like so. Here we go. All right, going through those ribs, once you get through, it's pretty easy. And you just go right on top. There we go. Look at that. Now that is a good fillet. Got a little bit of guts on there. That's all good. That is a nice fillet. Straight down. And once you get right to the bone here, turn. And then follow the spine all the way down. Now we cut through the tail. I cut through that other fin, and that's okay because I can quite easily cut that off of there. All right, look at that. I'm not taking the cheeks today. You know what? We're taking the cheeks. The cheek meat, some say, is the best, and I think it's pretty good. It's not like to die for, but if we're harvesting everything, we might as well take the cheeks. Got ourselves some nice cheek meat. Yeah, you're feeling that bone all the way around. Clean off our working surface. All right, here we go. Cut right through. There we are. All right, we got our fillet here. We'll go right along, get these ribs out of here. We'll do that with our Rapala blade. There we are. Pull that right off along with that piece there. We got ourselves a nice walleye fillet. Again, what we'll do is we'll cut right down the side here. Pull that apart, gets all the bones out, and then we'll pull that piece off as well. There we are. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, we got two nice fillets here. These are looking really good. Now we can clean off our catch, or clean off our fillets. Let's go make a sandwich. All right, so we're gonna take our fresh cut walleye fillets and we're gonna chop them into chunks. Perfect for a sandwich. I'd say about like that. I am not a chef, nor do I claim to be, so please critique the way I cut. I know you're supposed to go like this. I don't do that. Not good enough. Looking good. All right, so we got our pieces. These are some big chunks of walleye, but that's all right. Put them back in the bag. And what we'll do is add one of my favorite seasonings of all time, Old Bay. So we're gonna add just a little bit of olive oil. There we are. We'll take some of this Old Bay seasoning. This is a great southern crab boil, shrimp, low country boil type of seasoning. And it's got lots of paprika in it. It is just amazing stuff. Some of my favorite, but we'll use it sparingly. You don't see it much used on walleye, but we're gonna do that today. So we'll put a little bit on there. What we're gonna do is shake this all up, see if we need to add any more. Okay, add a little bit more. Again, that smells good. A little bit goes a long way with Old Bay. There we are. There we go. That is very minimal. You know what? We're gonna add a little more because I can. Now that is some good looking walleye. Look at that. Ready to be cooked. And we are just going to fry this in the pan, a little bit of olive oil, and that's it. No breading, no flour, no nothing else. We're gonna be using the portable Coleman here. Got some extra virgin olive oil I've already added to the cast iron, so we'll go ahead and get this thing up heated. Get it nice and hot. Add our fish. There we are. Look at that. So we'll let these cook for a few minutes and then flip them. Now, it does not take long, and it's easy to overcook walleye, and it'll become very dry and flaky. You don't want that. You want it nice and juicy, which means just getting the translucence out of it cooked white all the way through without being too white. So, looking good. Got these cheeks cooking here. These are gonna, a couple of these pieces are gonna be done a lot faster than the others, so. All right, we're getting close. You can tell, we're sizzling. Ooh, spotted a bone. I'm usually pretty good about not getting bones in there, but we got one. We're gonna put this on 2 pieces of sourdough with some lettuce, tomato, onion, a little bit of tartar sauce, and some cheese, and that's it. See how it's starting to flake there? We're looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. There we are. It'll definitely cook for a few more. So, oh yeah, that's done. Ow, I'm getting burned. Look at that. That looks really good. Seasoned just right. Cover that up. Let's go toast some bread. We got sourdough, slightly toasted. We've got all sorts of yummies to put on there and some tartar sauce. Let's put this right in there. All right, first up, we're gonna put a slice of provolone. Kind of atypical for a fish sandwich, but I like it, and that's what matters. Followed by some fish. Oh, look at this. This is how it's done. Big pieces. My God. Let's try a piece. Wow. Very light. Not fishy at all. Walleye is not a fishy tasting fish. All right, we're gonna put some lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, followed by tartar sauce. Yeah, a little more, what do you think, huh? There we go. What do you guys think? Does that look good or what? Got my coffee. And I got my walleye sandwich. Let's cut this bad boy in half. Look at that. Moment of truth. Yep. That is good. Not fishy at all. The Old Bay gives it just a little bit of flavor. You don't even need to add salt. It's already got salt in it. I'm gonna finish this and my coffee. I'm gonna prep for the next outing, which hopefully will be in the morning. Thanks everybody. See you next time.